Hey everybody, welcome back to NSB Custom Cars. Right now I have nothing in the garage at this point. We do have some stuff on order for the Hemi that's going to go into the 66B body. Until it comes in, I had to stand still, just waiting on that. So at this point, I've got a car that I actually wasn't going to start on or work on until I got the 66 done. But being that I have a lot of time on hands waiting for parts and getting some money up, I guess, to finish the 66, the stuff that I need to do to this next car really is not going to entail a whole lot of money or anything. It's just more labor and work and a lot of stuff I already have. So I'm going to kind of start on it. We're going to shuffle it around. We'll have one in, work on it, bring it, take it back out, and bring the 66 in when I get stuff in. So we're going to kind of do a double car here. The flavor of this car is another B body. It's just a 1970. So let's go get it out of the carport and let's bring it in the garage, and we'll do a walk around and show you the car, show you what I'm kind of planning on doing with it. And the big thing on it that I need to do is put some primer on it, because the car is in primer now, and like primer, after a while rust starts coming through it, some surface rust, and I don't want this car getting to the point to where I got to cut and put new metal in it. So I got to sand some of it down and reshoot some primer on it. So that's going to be one thing I'm going to do. And the second thing is, since I bought the car, it's never been in here, it's never been on the lift. I don't know what the bottom side even looks like other than looking under it. So I want to get it in the air and kind of go around, check everything out. So let's go get the car. So we have the 1970B body in the garage. We'll go over it all, we'll fix to go around it. Pretty sure we went through the VIN number on it. It's actually a satellite car. At one time it was a GTX, because the emblem they put in the aluminum in the back, which I'll show you, has GTX on it. When I'm done with it, it's going to be a road runner. So that's where it's headed at this point. But I got a lot of work to do, so let's go around and take a look at it. As you can see, I'm starting to get some surface rust on this. I'm not worried about this. This is fiberglass. I'm getting a lot of rust down the edges, rust here and there. But I need to get this back covered, even on the roof. I'm getting these rust patches. I mean, it's just surface. It's nothing major. But something like that does get to the point to where it starts going through, and I don't have to patch it. So one thing I'm going to be sanding. I know aluminum don't rust, but so these must be some steel tubs in the back, which I kind of like. These are fiberglass fenders, a fiberglass hood that someone's cut a big old hole in it. Looked like they had some kind of snorkel over, who knows what they had on here. So we'll be getting a new hood. I don't mind the fiberglass fenders. I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. We'll just see how that works. But I'll show you when I get them off on some more on that. My biggest problem with the car that I don't like is that front row bar. On this side, it's way down on the passenger side, and it's way up on the ceiling. Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about here. This halo bar, I got a big gap there. When you get over there, I can't get my hand in between it. So this bar's got to come up. So I'm probably going to cut the whole bar out, cut it loose here on both sides, cut it loose, and I'm going to reset this whole bar and see what I can do. That's one thing that has to be fixed on the car. All the rest of the roll cage looks good. From what I can see, I got to get it in the air and check it out. Someone has put fiberglass doors on it. I got a set of doors. These are coming off. They'll probably come off here today.
I do like the seat bar. It kind of comes down so you can get in and out of the car. These seats ain't gonna be the ones going in it. Got to finish welding some. They didn't even finish welding here on that bar. Also, I noticed inside, I'll see if we can get a good view. Right there, that piece of pipe, they cut it. I'm pretty sure it comes to here. So I'm going to redo that pipe. I think that pipe might need to be in there. So I got her vacuumed out. The plus is we got an all steel floor. Even though that tunnel's been cut, someone's welded this all back in. They've cut this all the way down both sides. They really beefed up that all the way across with a big piece of steel. Where they did all of that. So let's get it up in the air and see what we got going on. So let's see what all they've done. We got the original torque box. Torque boxes with the torsion bars in it. Running to the front on both sides. The floorboard looks like, I don't think it's ever been out. You can see where they had cut and put another tunnel in on both sides. I don't know why, unless it was just ate up or what, for them to do that. But from the looks of it, I don't know. They may have put a whole new floorboard in, because I got a yeah, I think they have. Yeah. And from the looks up there, they've took it out. So it might be a left and a right. Yeah, they put floorboard in it. I ain't never seen frame connectors that way. But evidently they got one here that comes back to your box, and then one here comes back to your box. Yeah, they got the two bars. They got one here coming back, one here coming back. The crossover bar. Looks pretty wild. So I got her stripped down. Got all the fiberglass off, so pretty much all the front end. Took the damn fiberglass doors off. Trunk lid. Pretty much this is all the fiberglass. Got fiberglass doors. Fenders. I might reuse the fenders, I don't know. Definitely probably want to not use none of this. Anybody needs some fiberglass doors for 68, 69, 70, right there they are. So now I don't have as much to sand. Hit this with the orbital sander a little bit. Then come back, spray this primer on it. Then I gotta do some roll bar work. I gotta cut that halo bar out up top and redo it. I don't like the way they done it. They kind of half-assed it. And I gotta get the steering column out. I don't know what they've got in this, what they done, but check out that double knuckle. They welded all together. Two of these together, that's just messed up. So that's got to come out. But fortunately, I noticed what someone's done on this car is I'm saying they had probably good brakes. They had a bunch of good setup in the front of this car, and they took it all out and just replaced it with whatever. Because nothing fits in there right. but I'm not going to worry about it. I don't even like the way they cut the K-frame up like they did for an oil pan. Oh, that's going to come out, but I've got all that over here in the NSB body. There's not much left of all this, but at least these are my two doors. I just got a little bit of rust here in the corner that I got to work on. I'm putting them doors on. I got a steering column that came out of this. I got a good K-frame. All this in here. So I'll pop these fenders. They're just hanging on there. I'll pop the fenders off of this car, and I'm going to cut after I do my bar work like I did the Dart, and I'm going to move all of this that the fenders bolt to. It'll be a bar, and the fenders can bolt to it, and there'll be a bar that goes all the way across around it. So that'll come out pretty good. The only thing that they messed up on that car, I don't know why they done it, and I don't know if I'm going to do it to this, but you see how much. Here's the K-frame, and then look how much frame comes out. Let's go back over and look at the other car. There's the same K-frame, and they cut the damn frame off right flush with it, and then put the bar on here. So I don't know if I'm going to cut this bar back off, try to redo that frame. I don't know yet what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do this just yet. Something tells me they had these pins, one here on this side and one on this side. Maybe at one point in time they had a flip front end on this car that ratcheted on those pins, and you had these brackets here where the shocks had went to help lift it up and hold it. I don't know. It does have a manual steering box in it, but that's where it's at. Hopefully running out of daylight, so probably tomorrow I'll get in here and back it out, sand it, and get some primer put on it, and maybe cut on the bars. Thing I like doing is after I get done prime, this is my primer gun, used to be my paint gun, but I got a new one. I rinse it out 3 times with some lacquer thinner, get it all cleaned out. Then you just go down to the Walgreens or whatever, get you some mineral oil. I put some mineral oil in it. I fill it up to cover up my piece down there. Bring a little bit through the gun to get everything out of it. Put the top on it, and that's how you store it. Nothing inside will dry without oil in there. The next time you're ready to use it, you pour the oil back into the can. Eventually you'll use it. Always keep extra can of oil. Take your lacquer thinner and rinse the oil out a couple times, and then it's ready to paint. So now I got all the rust sanded off, and then back in primer. Now this wasn't doing body work or nothing, and believe it or not, this quarter panel is straight as an arrow on this side. All I'll have to do is just touch it up, sand it, and paint this side. The roof looked good. Everything back here looked good. The only spots that I've got is this side. Got a couple dings right here. And I think there's a little spot right down here on the bottom somewhere. But for the most, this won't be too bad. From what I'm used to doing, this is going to be a piece of cake. The doors that I've got out here that I'm going to be putting on here is going to have more work in it than the rest of the car. I know I got to overspray on the roll bars, but I'm cutting that halo out and the bars ain't going to be blue anyway. They're going to be a different color. I wasn't worried about anything in this front end as far as down here because all that's coming out and getting replaced. The only thing I did sand was the firewall and got it back to where it needs to be. But looks pretty nice. Something I can start with.
Well, that's all going to be for this video. We got the 70 ready for the next step, and that's going to be in the roll cage. Right now I'm going to park it in the trailer, let that primer dry, and I got to get the Super B back in here and check out the rear end. So I need to clean up my mess. But until then, don't forget to like us, subscribe. Until next time.